The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. A massive military operation has just taken place in West Africa, signaling a major shift in how the region is fighting its own security battles. While the global media often focuses on political stance of the Alliance of Sahel States, AES, specifically Mali, is making heavy moves on the ground. A large-scale air and land operation has just cleared a vital trade route, completely shifting the dynamics of security in the region. Before we look at the exact details of this military breakthrough and what it means for the region, please take a moment right now to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button and select all so you will be notified whenever we upload a video. Please subscribe, like, and join our community. To understand what happened, we have to look directly at the official report from the General Staff of the Malian Armed Forces regarding a massive operation on the Sadiri B Amankou route. This specific route is a vital economic lifeline for the country, and the operation took place right during the Eid al-Adha or Tabaski festival. Because it was a major holiday, thousands of local citizens needed to travel back to their home region to celebrate with their families, making the stakes incredibly high for national security. The Malian Armed Forces, alongside their Russian military partners, launched a coordinated air and land sweep to secure this entire corridor. According to the military officials, the joint forces successfully routed local insurgent networks that had been disrupting the area, cleared multiple ambush points, and apprehended several suspicious individuals along the highway.
News of the Malian Armed Forces securing people and their property, large-scale operation on the Sandare-Bamako axis during the Tabaski festival. The Malian Armed Forces and their Russian partners routed the enemy and transported hundreds of trucks to Bamako. The outcome is considered fruitful and satisfactory, according to Abdoulaye Isako, who reports back to us on this operation.
In the outskirts of Bamako, a major operation to secure people and property is about to enter its action phase. We are on the eve of the Tabaski festival. The stakes are high because the people need to celebrate in their locality. The first step of the operation, control of the sky and the ground. While the men comb the ground, aerial vectors monitor the sky. It is the proud march of a fruitful and mutually beneficial partnership that instills fear among the adversaries. At Sandre Bamako, an operation to secure people and their property over nearly 1,000 kilometers. An achievement in the eyes of some, but an ordinary mission for our soldiers. Power and professionalism are concretely demonstrated on the ground throughout the journey from Kolokani to Sandare, passing through Diomara and Diema. Each kilometer is meticulously scrutinized with heightened vigilance on the roadways, forests, and valleys. Ambushes are thwarted.
The purpose of this mission is to transport logistics from point A to point B, which is to leave Bamako here for point A to Sandare point B. And D, to transport the logistics from point B to point A, which is from Sandare to Bamako again. So it is about ensuring the safety of people and their property. During this mission, we had good collaborations with the partners, the Russians. The relationship between us is always good. We can consider that an advantage.
Behind the security that prevails in our cities, men exercise constant and unwavering surveillance. Behind the success of the festivities throughout the national territory, the Malian armed forces and their Russian partners work with the utmost discretion so that this joy of living continues to shine on our country.
And still in the news of the Malian Armed Forces, the General Staff of the Armies informs the national opinion that as part of the ongoing offensive reconnaissance missions across the entire national territory, the Malian Armed Forces, the FAMA, have recorded the following results. On the evening of Saturday, May 30th, 2026, following an air-ground maneuver conducted in the Fire Forest, the aerial victors of the Malian Armed Forces carried out a series of surgical strikes on 3 gathering points of armed terrorist groups. There, a second series of strikes targeted another terrorist fallback base in the same area located east of Kazela. The assessment of the situation at this point reports about 30 terrorists neutralized and several motorcycles destroyed. A third series of strikes carried out west of the locality of Zantegila neutralized about 15 terrorists and destroyed several motorcycles as well as logistical equipment. On the 31st of May 2026, another hideout of armed terrorist groups was detected in a wooded area located southeast of the locality of Sofara in the Mopti region. In the process, a precision strike completely destroyed the said refugees. Reconnaissance operations continue in the area. The Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces commends the determination and commitment of the Malian Armed Forces in the relentless fight against armed terrorist groups.
By establishing complete control over both the skies and the land, the operation successfully escorted hundreds of logistic trucks safely into the capital city of Bamako. Malian military commanders on the ground stated that this mission was specifically designed to guarantee the safe transport of goods and people across nearly 1,000 kilometers of territory. They highly praised the tactical collaboration with their Russian partners, noting that the relationship remains strong and provides a distinct operational advantage in securing the countryside. Every kilometer from Kolokani to Sadiri, including areas like Kawala, was carefully declared to prevent surprise attacks on civilians. But the operation did not stop at the main roads. The General Staff of the Armed Forces confirmed that a series of highly targeted offensive reconnaissance missions were carried out deep into the forest and valleys. On the evening of Saturday, May 30, 2026, Malian Aryan Unit conducted a sequence of surgical airstrikes, 3 major gathering points of armed T.Groups hidden inside the Fire Forest. The Malian Armed Forces, together with their Russian partners, are doing beautifully well. We can see the joy on the faces of our brothers and sisters, the celebration. These are the people they told us that they were going to leave. We heard one Frenchman saying that within 2 weeks, there's going to be a regime change because it's either an all in all negotiate with the T or they will be taken out. And they've even given some days that they think that what they are doing will help them take them out because they believe that the Russian forces wouldn't stay in Mali for long. They are going to leave. When we know very well that the Russian president made it clear in a joint statement with the Chinese president that Africa must be allowed to choose its path, and they are here to support any nation that will stand for their own defense. We need to appreciate them because they are doing everything possible day in, day out to reclaim our sovereignty. If people are preaching for dependency, self-dependency, why should they think that the African needs to be dependent on other people? Today, the narrative in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso is different because they have decided to choose sovereignty over submissive. All this while, what they do is to go around preaching democracy to us. We have practiced that system. We realize that things are not working. We want to be independent, just like Europe is preaching for independence. away from the United States of America. Then they tell us that the African can do it. But we know, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said, the African is capable of managing his own affairs. So, if this is so, why then do people think that we still need to depend heavily on them for survival? The leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are proving to us that we are capable of managing our own affairs. And the time for us all to rise up in unity and to reclaim that strength, that power is now. If we fought for them in Second World War, what makes it look as if the African needs them now to survive? It is not possible. If we were able to help them in those days, it means they need us and we don't need them. And we can do it, and we must unite in order to do it. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali.